Hello all and welcome to Talk GCSE, where I talk about A-Level Economics and GCSE core subjects. This video is specific to fiscal policy for A-Level Economics at Edexcel. Now, what is fiscal policy? Let's talk about this. There are two types of fiscal policies. Expansionary fiscal policy, which is used when the economy is slowing down. The government increases spending or cuts taxes to boost the demand. I want you to think of this. During a recession, the UK government might increase spending on infrastructure, projects like building roads or railways, because that creates jobs. It increases income, which then boosts customer spending. On the other hand, contractionary fiscal policy is used when the economy is overheating or the inflation is too high. The government reduces spending or increases taxes to slow things down. For example, the government might increase tax rate to reduce disposable income, meaning that people have less money to spend, helping to reduce inflation. So remember, expansionary stimulates demand, contractionary restricts it. Now, what are the important tools? How do they actually carry this out? There are three key tools here to remember. The first is government spending. So this includes spending on things like healthcare, education, infrastructure. For example, increasing NHS funding means more jobs for doctors and nurses and more income circulating in the economy. Second, taxation. The government can change income tax, corporation tax, or VAT. For example, cutting the VAT from 20% to 15% makes goods cheaper, encouraging consumers to spend more. And lastly, transfer payments and welfare. These are payments given without direct exchange, like unemployment benefits. For example, increasing universal credit gives low-income households more money to spend, boosting aggregate demand. Together, these tools directly influence the demand in the economy. Now let's understand, what are the objectives? So what is fiscal policy trying to achieve? One key objective is economic growth, overall the output of the economy. Investing in infrastructure like HS2, for example, can improve productivity, increase long-term growth. Another objective is reducing unemployment. For example, government-funded job schemes or public sector hiring can directly create jobs. And finally, stabilising the economy, smoothing out the business cycle. For example, during a recession, increasing spending can prevent a deeper downturn, while reducing spending during a boom can prevent excessive inflation. So overall, fiscal policy aims to keep the economy growing steadily with low unemployment. Now, however, fiscal policy is not perfect. There are several limitations to it. Now, first is government debt. If the government keeps increasing spending without enough tax revenue, it has to borrow money, increasing the national debt. For example, after the 2008 financial crisis, UK government debt rose due to higher spending and lower tax revenues. Second, time delays. Obviously, if we're building a infrastructure like HS2 has taken so long. Now, fiscal policy can take really long to implement and have an effect. New infrastructure projects might take years before it actually boosts the economy. And third is political influences. Government may take decisions based on winning elections rather than based on what's best for economy. For example, government might cut taxes just before an election to gain popularity, even if it risks higher inflation later. So, while fiscal policy is actually really powerful, it comes with very important drawbacks. If you have found this useful, make sure to follow for more economics content from GCSE, Talk GCSE. I break everything down in simple, exam-focused way, and check out my other videos as well. Thank you.